This video is brought to you by Loot Crate. Head today to lootcrate.com/reviewtechusa and enter the code RTU to save 10% on any subscription plan. Skip it up and that up. Why is it that when a corporation does everything right, their egos get so big that they feel they could do no wrong, and then they make a major screw up? And who I'm talking about today is Sony, and I'm talking about PlayStation Now, which we know has been in beta. Now, if you don't know what PlayStation Now is, it's Sony's streaming service where it's cloud gaming. They stream games to your PlayStation device. It's kind of like what OnLive was doing or are doing. I think they're still around on some kind of strange life support. They're barely surviving. But whatever, it's cloud gaming, and Sony is banking a lot on cloud gaming when it comes to the PlayStation brand. You're probably thinking, hey, if you haven't tried it, it can't be that big of a deal, right? I'm sure they're doing all right with the pricing, and I'm sure the beta is going swimmingly. No. Here are the prices. For $2.99 to $4.99, you could rent the game for 4 hours. That's not a typo, 4 hours. $5.99 to $7.99, you could rent the game for a week. These are US dollars, by the way. And $14.99 to $29.99 US dollars, again, for 90 days. There's no permanent for life option, so you could only rent the games. Okay, just to make you realize how retarded this is, a game like Saints Row the Third, which you could find probably on the side of the street for free somewhere because it's so common and so cheap, or you could go to GameStop, or you could go anywhere or go online and get it for next to nothing, is $29.99 for 3 months. Why in the name of wrecked fuck would you buy the game or rent the game for 90 days from PlayStation Now when you could get the game from a billion different sources for next to nothing? This is the problem with the beta. On top of it too, like this article says, wouldn't you want the games to be free to see how say in beta, I should say. Okay, I'm not saying keep the games free. Obviously, Sony has to make money off of this. In the beta, don't you want to see how stable your servers are, Sony? Don't you want it to be free so you could see, so a bunch of people are streaming games to see if your servers handle it? And on top of it, what's with this pricing? $29.99 for a game that you could get for next to nothing and own it? And then you have services like GameFly, which are like $15 to like $23 a month. Granted, GameFly, in my opinion, is nothing special. I've had them before, and any game that you want always seems to be out of stock there, but whatever. You could still get a game mailed to your house. They get it to you within a day when the game's in stock, and you could play it for as long as you want to for a low monthly fee. What were you thinking with this? And then on top of it, to make matters worse, you're thinking, oh, Rich, it's a beta, they're going to change their prices. According to an FAQ, these are the prices. They're probably going to keep them the same. Well, I'm going to make a bet that they aren't because people are flipping out. But if they do, damn. Look, here is the reality of it. There's a lot of people, because of what Sony's doing, that are like, yeah, this means that cloud gaming is not going to be the future and we're all going to be able to, have physical media forever. No, eventually someone's going to get it right. And, streaming is, unfortunately, as much as I don't want to see it happen, I'm 99% sure it's going to be the way of the future. Developers want it, publishers want it, the gaming industry wants it, because in their eyes, it'll relinquish piracy. Will it actually do that? I don't know. But it's the future. But this is just like a colossal fuck up, Sony. I've read other articles, and I just don't understand what you're thinking. Why would you, especially your PlayStation Plus, you give out great free games or cheap games with PlayStation Plus. The value, excuse me, the value is what makes you head and shoulders above your competition. I'm tired. I'm messing up my words here, but you understand what I'm saying. And how do you see these prices as reasonable? You guys can't be that out of touch with reality to know that Saints Row the Third and other PlayStation 3 games you could get from retailers, new and used, for next to nothing. And you're offering them for, you can't even buy them. You could buy like 3 copies of Saints Row the Third for the $29.99 you're asking for 90 days. This is, and you know what? Sony's banking a lot on PlayStation now. And this is going to leave a bad taste in people's mouths. And hopefully you don't need this to work, Sony, because right now, especially if you don't change anything, if you need PlayStation now to work to be successful and survive, things ain't looking good. I don't know what you guys were thinking with this pricing, but you better adjust it quick, or PlayStation Now is going to be nothing more than a memory. This is Rich of Review Tech USA. Make sure to rate, comment, favorite, and subscribe. And as always, thank you for supporting my channel. Have a good one.